Hi and welcome to Pilot Logbook tutorial developed in C#. Now let me just show you guys how it works, although it's already populated. Supposing we need to change these hours, or supposing the whole flight time is incorrect here and we happen to have that right there, so that becomes 4 hours. So let's say instrument was flown, so let's enter 2 hours of instrument flight there. So if I click on this, note the total. If I click on that, you see that has increased. Okay, and in here you enter the date, the type of aircraft, like we have in here. That's supposed to be a twin otter, and here we have Cessna 172 RG, Cessna 150, 172. And here I think that's Piper. We have a Piper here, I think. And we have the registration number. That's 5 November Bravo Foxtrot Whiskey, November 5390 Victor Golf Bravo Delta Tango X-ray, and so on. And here we have a Golf Sierra Kilo Yankee Hotel. And here you have the name of the captain. Now you have the details of the co-pilot, the route, or you might call it the route if you want, time of destination and arrival time, single engine daytime, multi-engine daytime, single engine night, and multi-engine night, any instrument flown, simulator flown, total landing or landing, how many landings, and remarks. So what I'll do now is to take you guys straight into C# development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now. Okay, let's start a new project. Okay, we'll select Visual Studio right there. Let's select Windows Forms application and give the program a name. So the program we're actually using is C#. So Windows Form application selected, like I said. So give it a name, CS_pilot logbook. There. And let's save that. Okay, there we go. The form is ready. The next thing is let's click on the property and define the font size as follows. So I want to make that 1368 by, let's go for 800, and I'm going to get it centered. So go to where it says start position, get it centered right there. So the next thing I want to do is I need list box and the text box. Let's grab the text box in place right there, and a command button. I can then copy all of those. I'm gonna need 3 of these, so there we go. There are my buttons here, and we just bring it all down. Take it down right there. Then I need this very label. Let's change the capability of this label, but first thing first, let me copy one across, because I'm gonna need about 2-3 of those. 3 here, and copy it. It's another 3 here. Then right here, this very one here, let me change the property settings of that. Okay, let's come in here, auto size, make that false. Color, set it to white, and let's change the border style to fixed single. Alright, fixed single is fine, and I think I should change the text property as well to fixed single. Right. Okay, so let's get rid of the content and the label. Now I'm just going to copy it across anyway, so let's copy that across. Okay, we have 4 here, another one here. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So number 6 we have to enhance number 6, so get this one here and increase the size of number 6. Yeah, so that's fine. Move all of this forward a little bit. Okay, we need about 5 or maybe 5 there. Copy and drag, bring it down. Then we're going to need a couple of those down here, a couple of labels down here, and the rest is going to be just text box. Come in here and this text box, and just okay. Now I'm going to speed up the whole process or the design of this interface so that we can get this program out of the way very, very quick. Alright, let's speed that up now. Okay guys, this is how the whole system looks now. So what we need to do is we need to now start the coding. So let me start with the exit. So with the exit, I'm just going to declare as follows. Let's declare a dialog result. So I'm going to call that iExit. Alright, now for iExit, let's say iExit equals message box dot show, because what I want the system to do is to prompt the user to confirm if they want to exit. Confirm okay, so that will be the question the user will be asked. So now let's enter pilot logbook. So that's the name of the system. Now, comma, message box button. That's the method that will display the type of button that will be shown on the message box itself. So let's say dot yes or no, which is the method. Then comma, message box icon. In this case, I'm going to go for question right there. Now let's use an if statement to verify what the user has selected. So if iExit, so double equals, we compare what the dialog box has in stock for us. So that's dot yes. Okay, now let's enter curly bracket there. So that will be application dot exit. Let's enter parentheses there. So that takes care of the exit. Now let's go for the reset. Looking at all the components I have in here, it's not going to be possible for me to write individual code for all of these. So I'm going to use this method right here. And now come in here and just enter. We're going to use for each. Okay, vi, let's say c in this control dot controls. Right, so we enter our curly braces there. So we then use an if statement. If c, which stands for my controls, is text box so I can then say another curly braces there, text box, and this text box that I'm talking about is the seed, which stands for all my control. Dot text equals, let's say, string empty, or we could just say clear. Let's see if that's gonna work. If it doesn't work, we give it a try again. Alright, so if I run it, let's run it and try both method that I've put in place for now. Okay guys, that is it. We enter our data in there. Okay, let's see if it works. Yeah, it works. That's dot clear. You can also use string empty anyway, so it works either way. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to start with the coding of this, but one thing I've noticed is I'm able to enter text box in here. I'm able to enter characters in here. That shouldn't be allowed, so we need to find a way to get that sorted. But first thing first, let's come in here, double click on total. I'm going to declare the following variables. Now here, before declaring those variables, let's declare some arrays. The first array, that will be, I'm going to call it single engine in command. So that would be the name of the array. Let's say equals new double, and I'll just go for about 18 for now. That's the very first array that I'm going to be using. So for this one, I'm going to need a couple more though, but let's come in here and just maybe declare some other ones. So the next one is going to be, let's go for seed. That will be single engine, and the next one that will be multi-engine, and this will be seed multi-engine as well. Right, so I have 4 different arrays there. Okay, if I have 4, maybe I should just complete it all. Might as well go for all 10 and 2 more. Let's grab 2 more there, copy. So that will take care of all of the arrays. So this one will be night flight N here, and this will be night flight as a co-pilot. And then we have multi-engine. Yeah, that will be multi-engine night. And this will be multi-engine night as co-pilot, while these other 2 will be instrument, and this I'll just call it simulator, SIM. Right, those are all my variables and array. Those are all my arrays in place. Now let's make this array work. So for the very first array right up here is very one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's copy that, bring it right down here and paste it there. So let's go for 0, and that will be equals, let's convert dot to double, whatever happens to be in my text box. So in this case I have, that will be txt command, where is it? let's get rid of all the uppercase. TXT command 1 dot text. There, that's for the very first one. So I'm going to copy this now. So that's meant to be for the very first column. I have 16 of those. So let's see how many I have in here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 9. Just copy all of this, paste. So that'll be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is 16, 15, 14 here, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Alright, this is how it all looks now. I've now grouped everything into array number 16 here. So the next thing I would like to do is now to enter this data into LBL. That will be LBL command single total dot text equals. Okay, in this case this has to be converted into a string value. So to do that, let's enter convert dot string. Let's enter an st there, yeah, and we then enter this very array there. Copy all of that and paste it right in here, and semicolon here, there. Then one other important thing that I need to do is to get everything inside another of my text box here, or labels actually. So to do that, the content in here, maybe I should convert it. Let's enter that into, I'll change that into 17. So whatever we have in here is now into array number 17. Get rid of that. That should be here. And we need to then convert that as well in here. Then the content in here. Grab all of this and paste it in here. Yeah. So that should fulfill that. Now let's say LBL total hours, this very one dot text equals, convert everything there and enter number 17, sorry, not 18, 17 in there. Yeah. So any other one now, just have to add it. So this one is taken care of. Alright, what about carried forward? Carried forward would be the same thing really. So whatever we added up, so carried forward, in the case of carried forward, let's go for, let's have it, let's deal with this first, or maybe we should just take care of carried forward as well. Okay, let's say LBL carried forward as the flying hours that is carried forward dot text equals, we need to convert it as well. Yeah, we just add the rest, that's fine. Okay, so if I run the program now, so we'll try it out. So the whole code we've been writing is just for this very column. So let's enter some value in there. Okay, those are supposed to be the flying hours so far. Just click on add up, and that is what we get. Okay, and we also have what was carried forward in there. Now let's go back into our program, but there's one disadvantage with this. See, you can enter other values in there which is not acceptable. Alright, so let's come in here, and maybe we should take care of that. I'm going to select all of the text box here. Yes, I think it's from here. Yeah, from here. Select it all up to here. Yeah, now come right in here and select the event on key press. There we go. And in that case, I'm going to enter numbers only. Press enter. Okay, finally it's here. So all we need to do is say char equals e dot key char if, open the bracket, if not char dot is digit, then char and char not 8. So what we want the system to do is e dot handle equals true. There, that's all. That should take care of end user entering unwanted characters. Let's try it out and see. So in here now I can enter numbers, or can I enter characters? No, but you guys can see that. Let me get out the keyboard. There we go, we have the keyboard in place, so I can enter numbers in there, but I cannot enter characters. Look at that. Let's say 0 can go in there, 6 to no characters though. Okay, so it's working as we want. Let's try that area here. No characters, that's fine. Okay, let's close that. That's working as I want. Now let's run it one more time. Click. Alright, let's find out what happened there. Okay, it shouldn't be left empty, so let's see again. We have to make sure it defaults to 0 if it's emptied. Right, that's fine. Okay, so since this very column is taken care of, I'm just going to speed up the rest of the columns. Okay, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, I've finished up the lines of code for the 10 columns. So this is the very first column there, and followed by it is the second one. Let me show it to you. And the third, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And right underneath here, oh, that's 10. Right underneath 10 here are I have the label for total and carryover label right there. So let me show you all of the lines of codes in there. Okay, guess you can see it all. Alright, so if I run this program now, there's still going to be an error because the way this system is designed, all of those columns must have numbers in there between 0 and 9. So let's run it and I'll tell you what, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. Okay, the system is running now. Okay, I can enter the flying hours there. Alright, supposing that's it up to this very day, and night hours there is about 2 hours, and here maybe about 3 hours, another 2 here. See, if I click on total, there's going to be an error because the way it's designed is that you should enter data in every single line of code. You see, nothing is happening. Now there we go. So the way out that I think of is maybe I should come in here and enter zeros in all of those columns. Okay, let's come in here and just select it all right there up to here, up to here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's it, the 10 columns. So I will now come into the property and let's come in here, the text box, and just enter 0 there. So that will take care of any of the column that's nothing is entered. So if I run it now, it's still not good enough, but at least it's far better than how it was. So let's say I enter flying hours there and here, and nights, that'll be okay. This is single. Okay, then that's single at night, 3 hours at night, maybe 1 hour at night there. If I click on total there, you see it's working fine. Alright, that which is good. But the thing is, when I click on it, I have to get rid of the 0 there, which is wrong. So what I want to do is I'm going to select all of this again, and let's go to the properties, select event, then I'll use on click. Let's say on click me. So that's the name of my event, on click me. In here I will now declare as follows. Let's say text box. Okay, let's give our text box a name maybe. So I'm going to call all of those text boxes, let me just call it pilot. That's good enough. Now pilot equals text box. So that's an object. Alright, yeah, text box, and let's ask it, let's use the sender for that. Now that we know we have an object, so pilot dot text equals clear there. So anytime you click on any of those objects or any of those text box, you get cleared immediately. So let's run it and see. So I click on this, you see what happened, and I can enter my flying hours there, another 2, just like that, guys. And let's say we have that's single engines. Alright, right here I have multi-engine, 5 hours flying time here, and another 2 hours here, maybe 1 hour here. And let's come to the night flight. Out of 3 hours, there's 2 hours night flight here, maybe. Oh, that's as a co-pilot. We don't want it as a co-pilot, we want it as in command. 2 hours there, and here another 2 hours in command. Alright, multi-engine, got some multi-engine hours here. Let's say in total you have about 6 hours there, and you have night flight there, maybe 2 hours. So we can then click on this and just add up all of our flying hours there. Okay, and how many landings and so on, right, which is far better than how the previous one was. Okay, let's populate it properly. So in here, let's enter a date there. Let's go for on the 16th of, let's say, May 2017. And what type of airplane was flown? Maybe we'll go for Cessna 172 RG. Okay, that should be a capital C. Let's try that again. And what's the registration number? And the call sign for this 172 RG is November 5390 Victor. Alright, that's an American registration, and the captain in this case, that would be me. Enter my name there, Paul Ullman. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm actually going from, let's say, Lubbock to Amarillo via Wichita Falls. So that should be an I. So Wichita Falls. Okay. Center Falls there. That is it. That's my destination. And departure time, I'm going to go for 1300. And let's go for 1600 here. Right. So let's change this to 3 hours. Any instrument there? Yes, an instrument there. That was a single engine Cessna 172 RG. That's a single engine airplane. The RG actually stands for retractable gears. I've flown that on several occasions. Okay, now let's come in here, and that same day we should be back to LBB. We're coming all the way from Wichita Falls straight to LBB. So maybe that's Lubbock or something like that. There. And here, how many landings we have here? We have 2 landings, and here we go 1 landing, and that only took us let's say that took us just an hour anyway, because there was no stopover or whatever. 1 hour, and there the captain, that is the same captain, Captain Paul Ullman, and the RG again. Alright, so I'll just populate it now, and we can call it the end of this program. Okay guys, I've now populated the whole logbook, and that's how it looks like. You can see the name of different airfield visited and the time, and each time, total hours, night, and number of landings. So all I need to do is, if I click on total here, you can see the total hours accumulated so far. So with that guys, I'm gonna call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you all enjoy it, and please do subscribe. That'll be very encouraging. You all have a nice day now. Bye for now.